Guys, anger doesn't exist. Anger is just a front, and what is beneath anger is what's really important. And inevitably, beneath anger, there is hurt. There is feeling vulnerable. It's just that anger, feeling angry, feels a little less vulnerable, a little more less threatening. So let's go a bit deeper. I have a client, I'll call her Steffi, who cannot regulate her feelings. She bursts out into rage very easily. She throws things around. If her boyfriend asks her how she is, she lashes out at him. She's very uncomfortable, feeling vulnerable. What's happened to her when she was a child? Well, she had parents that were constantly arguing, constantly in conflict, and ended up divorcing when she was 7. So she learned at that age, she created the belief that she didn't matter. She felt neglected, she felt unseen, and she didn't have an outlet to express her fear, her vulnerability, her hurt. So she learned to cope with those feelings. And the way she coped was suppressing them. But the feelings we suppress always find a way through the body and through the behavior. So now, 27-year-old her, unable to deal with confrontation and with potential arguments and conflict in any shape or form, and having suppressed this side of herself is no longer sustainable for her. So the inner child in her, the little 7-year-old girl who's still suffering, who's still hurting, is coming through, choosing to be angry, choosing not to step into vulnerability, almost unaware that she's no longer the 7-year-old girl who was unable to cope because of her age, who was helpless because of her age, who was helpless because she needed parents to look after her at that age. So she has not yet integrated that child, helpless self with the reality of who she is today, a competent, powerful, ambitious adult. So that's what's happening for her. My client is now working on knowing it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to show fragility. It's okay to be hurt. She's no longer the young child that is helpless. She's an adult, so she can learn to rescue herself and parent herself and upgrade her system so that those triggers are no longer able to have the same impact on her as they did rightly when she was a child. This is a real and proper upgrade of her system that she's working on. And what she's also learning is that which is familiar, so the feeling of helplessness and hurt, which manifests through anger, whilst it's familiar and maybe comfortable to the mind because it knows it, at the same time it's very inconvenient because it's causing a lot of distraction around her. So we're working on making it for her unfamiliar. That which is familiar but distractive, turn it into unfamiliar. And that which you want to be true, which is resourceful and resilient and with amazing coping skills. Whilst it may be unfamiliar, you can turn it into familiar. I hope this helped.